Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, and welcome to Italy, to Milan, and to Metropole, where the Dolce & Gabbana Women's Fashion Show will soon begin. The new collection is dedicated to the feminine elegance that we find in many masterpieces of Italian art. From the magnificent portraits of noble women by Leonardo, Raphael, and Botticelli, to the deeply human Madonnas by Antonello da Messina, from the monumental figures by Michelangelo to the solemn images by Piero della Francesca. And it is only thanks to the genius and excellence of these painters and sculptors that we can still admire these female figures today. Art has saved them from oblivion. These masterpieces continue to pass on a notion of beauty that knows no seasons or boundaries. This is the elegance of Dolce & Gabbana. The precious fabrics, clean lines, and flawless cut of these impeccable looks have their roots in the rigors of men's tailoring. But while the elegant coats and extraordinarily severe jackets are distinguished by structured shoulders and a sharply accentuated waist, the wide trousers, cigarette pants, and the shirt with a detachable collar are emblematic of a strong and confident femininity. Incomparably sophisticated, the black and white brocade dressing gowns evoke the refined world of Il Gattopardo's Sicilian aristocracy. Just as the tuxedos, embellished with moire, the elegant tailcoats, and impeccable cashmere coats take us back to the times of the Sicilian princes. But what can you add to reach the height of elegance? A hat with a wide brim, a narrow brim, or perhaps a top hat? And if you're still not satisfied, don't forget to show off your splendidly pointed shoes, but not before distractedly dropping some glittering jewels on them. How can we bring the dream of 1001 Nights to life? Simply by wearing a dressing gown, pyjama, or nightgown in chiffon and satin, embellished with exquisite marabou feathers and seductive lace. But since the sensual softness of the fabrics is not enough to satisfy the whims of a true diva, the most feminine colors have been chosen expressly for her, recalling the agreeable sweetness of Sicilian pastries. The pale green of pistachio cream, the light blue of cassata, the oranges and pinks of candied fruit, the ochre of marzipan. And to crown your evening attire, an elegant circle patineuse cape. can we fail to be fascinated by the sensual movement of the leopard and its innate elegance? The graphic quality of its fur, interpreted in countless proposals of high style and fine tailoring, will make the woman who will have the privilege of wearing one of these garments unique. The pattern of the spots on this extraordinary V-line is so versatile that it can be combined with brocade and crepe, adorned with sparkling sequins, dispersed among sassy fringes, or transformed into precious leather inlays. And for those whose love for the beauty of nature has not yet been completely satisfied, the looks have been finished with bamboo buttons. No vanity will be disappointed, even when the leopard motif is featured on a dress so tight-fitting that it almost resembles a tattoo. Flowers, flowers, and more flowers. In their infinite variety of forms and colors, every flower has its own story to tell, often rooted in mythology, carrying secret messages of love, passion, and friendship. Having difficulty expressing your feelings? Say it with a flower. But for Dolce & Gabbana, flowers also represent an homage to the Virgin Mary. These marvelous looks are a veritable explosion of floral motifs, whether printed, applied, to emphasize the three-dimensional presence of the garments, or realized with a transfer technique known as decalcomania. Flowers also blossom on rigorous tweeds and geometric houndstooth, composing a splendid symphony of vibrant colors against a background of impeccable tailoring. For those who want to luxuriate further in this Mediterranean flora, already so lush, the skillful hands of the tailors have sewn together and inlaid two garments with distinct floral forms and patterns, transforming them into a single garden dress. Is this, or is it not, a new Botticelli's Primavera? The traditional fabrics of men's tailoring are called upon to face one of the most difficult challenges: adapt to the different cuts of women's wear. If jackets and coats in tweed, herringbone and houndstooth stand out for their structured shoulders and crisp lines, what amazement might a dress in Prince of Wales check with an unexpected drape cut by the expert hands of a talented tailor in a raptus of creativity ever arouse. But the surprises do not end there. For the more ironic among you who enjoy playing a bit with fashion, a dress was created made up of two quite distinct fabrics: polka dot chiffon and houndstooth. And when a polka dot blouse with a bow meets a rigorous trouser, again in Prince of Wales check, it can only result in an extraordinary harmony of contrasts. Would you like to be even more amazed? Here is an exquisite herringbone coat that evokes the classical beauty of Bernini's colonnade in St. Peter's Square. And for the evening, how about a sparkling sequined gown or blazer, or a gorgeous white ball gown with black polka dots? Wearing this, you will be the queen of any party. Is there anyone who can resist the seductive charm of gemstones, their mystery, the power they are believed since ancient times to exercise over our destiny? The red of the ruby, the green of the emerald, the purple of the amethyst, the yellow of the citrin, the blue of the sapphire, seduce not only for their luminous beauty, but above all for that secret aura of uniqueness that hides behind their history and their discovery. And it is precisely to the bewitching colors of these gems, in all their infinite nuances, that these capes, coats, dresses and skirts wish to pay homage. Alpaca, mohair, cashmere and satin represent their incalculable preciousness. Who among you will be that rare gem lucky enough to wear one of these extraordinary garments? As every woman knows, feminine elegance and vanity are always in search of new, unexplored territories to express themselves at their best. An excellent opportunity to be noticed will be to wear a coat, a dress, or a suit made with the sophisticated collage technique, where the eleganza of the fatto a mano has its roots in the noble tradition of artigianato italiano. And since the rarefied and surreal atmospheres of the embroidered scenes on the garments are a reinterpretation of metaphysical and surrealist masterpieces, the woman who will have the privilege of wearing them becomes both inspiring muse, and avant-garde artist. So, what are you waiting for? Enough of the atelier. Run to the boutique. Long live the bride and groom. Who has never dreamt of a magical wedding day, so happy and yet so full of unknowns? Will he be my Prince Charming? The bride wonders as she walks down the aisle. Is he the one who will take me around the world in 365 minutes to break every record for compulsive shopping? Or will he take me to a ride around the moon? But an exchanged glance is enough to know that he is her Prince Charming, and that all women, at least once in their lives, have felt like princesses. Sequins and more sequins. Everything must sparkle to illuminate a true diva so she can stand out and be admired by all. Turn on the spotlights, let there be light. Coats, dresses, jackets, skirts and jumpers shimmer with their own light, thanks to the glow of the embroidery that graces the garments with checkerboard, stripe and chevron motifs. And of course, brocade, whose undisputed class and sophistication endow these looks with the regal dignity of tradition. Elegance require a follow-up that can be relied upon with certainty. Brocade, the fabric par excellence of Dolce & Gabbana, symbol of tradition, class and timeless sophistication, is one of the unbroken threads of the fashion house's history. Dresses, suits, coats, capes, jackets, tailcoats, skirts and dressing gowns have been defined and crafted in this precious material, which stands out for the chromatic intensity of its embossed decoration and for its pleasantness to the touch, thanks to the use of silk or velvet. The fascination of brocade dates back to the famous Italian clothiers of the Renaissance, who created dream dresses and costumes for the Doges of Venice, the Lords of Florence, the Dukes of Milan, and the Princes of Genoa, as evidenced in the portraits painted by the great masters of the time, whose unique beauty we can still admire in countless museums. So, if you've ever dreamed of being a Renaissance noblewoman, these are the looks for you. Nero Sicilia, Sicilian black, is the most iconic element of Dolce & Gabbana's DNA. Black, black, and more black. Black is unrivaled for emphasizing the perfect cut of suits, coats, dresses, and skirts. Because black encompasses contrasting feelings. Black is sensual and dramatic, erotic and tragic. Black is the extreme synthesis of opposites. Black is the beginning and the end of everything. But black is also a way of being and thinking, and of creating clothes. Exceptionally talented tailors transmit the essence of Dolce & Gabbana through the black of these looks. Their skilled hands have cut and sewn precious fabrics to accentuate the woman's body as if it were a sculpture. Even net and lace, with their sensual transparencies that allow a glimpse without ever completely revealing, contribute to the exaltation of the female form. Those who choose one of these garments for their wardrobe will have the privilege of wearing the timeless black elegance of Dolce & Gabbana. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having taken part in Eleganza Fashion Show by Dolce and Gabbana. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having taken part once again in Eleganza Fashion Show by Dolce and Gabbana. Our warmest wishes to all, and we hope to see you soon.